Let's be real, summer blackouts aren't just an annoyance. They can be downright dangerous. When temperatures climb above 100 degrees, the power grid struggles to keep up. Combine record-breaking heat waves with aging infrastructure and skyrocketing electricity use, and rolling blackouts aren't a surprise anymore, they're expected. And if you're unprepared, things can get ugly fast. No lights, no AC, no fans, no refrigerator, no warning. That's the reality millions face every summer, especially in areas where the power grid is old and overloaded. And don't fool yourself thinking the government or your power company will fix it in time. If you've ever sat in a stifling house while your phone dies and your food spoils, you know exactly what's at stake. But here's the good news. Surviving a summer blackout doesn't have to cost a fortune. You don't need a fancy generator or a panic room. You just need a solid plan, and you need it now. In this video, I'm sharing 15 budget-friendly, genius ways to stay cool, safe, and sane when the lights go out. These aren't theoretical tips. They're practical, real-world strategies that can make a huge difference. Whether your blackout lasts a few hours or several days, from DIY cooling hacks to low-cost lighting solutions and smart food storage tricks, these tips could literally save your life. Because when the grid fails and the heat turns deadly, the prepared survive and the unprepared suffer. Let's start with the first rule. Charge now or regret later. Your phone isn't just a phone when the power goes out. It's your flashlight, your emergency lifeline, your news source, your entertainment, basically, your lifeline to the outside world. So if you aren't topping up every essential device ahead of time, you're setting yourself up for a rough ride. Summer blackouts hit hardest between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m., right when everyone needs power most. That's why charging before peak hours isn't just smart, it's survival. Every morning, make it a ritual. Charge your phones, tablets, laptops, power banks, rechargeable fans, flashlights, even your kid's nightlight. If it runs on a battery, it should be full. And don't rely on a single power bank. Have 2, 3, even 4 ready. Consider them cheap insurance that can make a huge difference. Here's something most people forget. When electricity demand spikes, voltage often drops. That low voltage can slowly damage sensitive electronics. So while everyone else is riding the edge, you should be unplugging everything non-essential. TVs, computers, fancy kitchen gadgets. Surge protectors help, but they're not perfect. Power is fragile in the summer, especially when everyone's cranking their AC. Treat your charging routine like a daily ritual. Do it in the morning when the grid is stable, because once the blackout hits, those who charged early will be the ones staying connected, informed, and sane. Now, tip 2, stop wasting money and get smart about backup power. You don't need to spend thousands on a home generator to survive a blackout, but you do need a plan, and it needs to be more than just a flashlight and wishful thinking. The good news, you can build a solid emergency power setup without breaking the bank. Start simple. USB battery packs, small solar chargers, and portable power stations can cover your essentials without draining your wallet. Smart, cheap, effective. That's the key to staying powered when the grid fails. You can grab USB battery packs for as little as $10 to $30, and they'll keep your phone or flashlight running when the lights go out. Don't stop at just one, get a few. Trust me, during an extended outage, you'll wish you had more if one dies. Next up are solar chargers. And these are pure genius, because they don't rely on the grid at all. A simple folding solar panel can charge your power banks or devices straight from the sun. They're slow but steady, perfect for long blackouts. And the best part, they work anywhere, anytime, as long as there's daylight. If you've got a slightly bigger budget, a portable power station, like a Jackery or EcoFlow, can completely change the game. These devices can run a fan, charge multiple electronics at once, and even power a small fridge or a CPAP machine. You don't need the most expensive model. A mid-tier option will get you through a day or two with ease. And now, the heavy hitters: generators. If you live somewhere that regularly loses power, investing in a generator could save you a lot of stress. But don't just grab the first one you see. Look for a dual-fuel model that runs on both gas and propane. Propane stores longer, is safer, and won't gum up your engine if it sits unused for months. One golden rule: never run a generator indoors. Keep it at least 20 feet away from doors or windows, and always use a carbon monoxide detector inside your home. The bottom line: you can prep for blackouts without emptying your bank account. The power may fail, but your plan doesn't have to. Now tip 3, eat smart, or go hungry. Here's a brutal truth: when the power goes out, your fridge becomes a ticking time bomb. After just 4 hours, most perishable food starts to spoil. That leftover chicken, that fancy salmon, you'll have to say goodbye. Relying on cold food in a summer blackout is a losing strategy. It's time to think shelf-stable, no-cook, morale-boosting food. Stock up on the basics: canned tuna, chicken, beans, soups. They last forever, don't need refrigeration, and can be eaten straight from the can. Peanut butter is a must. Jerky is gold. Protein bars, crackers, and boxed milk are lightweight, calorie-dense, and can survive days without power. But don't just hoard food, plan your meals. Simple no-cook meals that you can throw together in seconds are key. A tuna salad with crackers, cereal with boxed milk, or chili with tortilla chips are perfect examples. And don't forget morale food. A few chocolate bars, cookies, or instant coffee can make a massive difference in a hot, powerless house. If the blackout stretches into days, you'll need backup cooking methods. A small propane or butane camp stove, a charcoal grill, or even a fire pit outdoors can save your meals. Think foil packet meals, wrap up your ingredients, toss them on the flame, and enjoy. Water is even more critical. Without electricity, water filtration systems and electric pumps might fail. Keep bottled water on hand or fill large jugs in advance. The people who get through blackouts calmly are the ones who thought ahead, stocked up, and planned meals that don't need electricity. Be that person, or be the one standing in line at a closed store with an empty stomach. Water isn't optional. Store it, or you'll regret it. Here's the harsh reality: when the power goes out, water could be next. No electricity means no water pumps, which means no running taps, no showers, no toilet flushes, and no clean drinking water. You don't want to find that out the hard way. You won't realize how badly you screwed up until your faucet starts spitting out air instead of water. In a blackout, water isn't optional. You need lots of it. A minimum rule of thumb is 2 gallons per person per day, just for drinking, cooking, and staying somewhat clean. Got pets? Then you better have extra. And don't fool yourself thinking you can just rush to the store when the power goes out. Shelves will be stripped bare within hours, maybe even minutes, if the blackout hits during a heat wave. Start stockpiling now. Grab multi-packs of bottled water and invest in large refillable containers. Label everything and store them smartly. Never directly on concrete, which can leach chemicals and shorten shelf life. Rotate your stock every 6 to 12 months and set a reminder. Don't get lazy. Want extra insurance? Fill your bathtub or big buckets as soon as you hear a blackout might be coming. That water isn't for drinking, it's for flushing toilets and washing. Basic hygiene keeps you healthy, especially if the outage stretches into multiple days. And what if you run out of stored water or have to rely on a sketchy source? You better have tools for purification. A life straw, water purification tablets, or even plain unscented bleach can save your life. A few drops of bleach per gallon can make water drinkable in a pinch. It's not fancy, but it works, and it could mean the difference between surviving or suffering. Bottom line, no power almost always means water problems. Don't be the one sweating in the dark with no way to flush the toilet or take a sip. Prep your water stash like your life depends on it, because in a summer blackout, it absolutely does. Now tip 5, light the dark safely and cheaply. Think a summer blackout is only about heat? Wait until night falls. Streets are dark, your phone's flashlight is fading, and one misstep could leave you with a twisted ankle, or worse. Forget candles. Seriously, in a blackout during extreme heat, open flames are the last thing you want. They're a massive fire risk, add more heat to your house, and if you have kids or pets, they're basically accidents waiting to happen. Instead, stock up on LED gear. Flashlights, headlamps, and battery-powered lanterns are cheap, reliable, and won't set your house on fire. Headlamps are especially priceless. They keep your hands free when you're cooking, cleaning, or wrangling kids in the dark. Want to get even smarter? Solar garden lights. Stick them outside during the day to charge, then bring them in at night. They're safe, last hours, and cost next to nothing. Line your hallways with them, so nighttime trips to the bathroom are safe. Glow sticks are another genius option. Kids love them, they double as nightlights, and they last for several hours. Cheap, safe, and surprisingly effective for low-level lighting. No excuses, light equals safety, security, and comfort when the sun goes down. Stock up now, or prepare to feel your way through your house in the dark. Tip 6, beat the heat without power, or lose your mind. Let's be honest, no AC during a summer blackout is brutal. Inside temperatures can hit triple digits fast, turning your home into an oven. And if you think you can tough it out, think again. Heat stroke doesn't care about your pride. You need to cool down without electricity, and you need strategies that actually work. Start by blocking the sun. That giant ball of fire outside is your enemy. Curtains, reflective blankets, or even aluminum foil on windows can dramatically lower indoor temperatures. Keep the hottest rooms closed off and focus on ventilating spaces that stay cooler. Your biggest enemy in a summer blackout is the sun. That giant ball of fire outside is relentless, and if you don't block it, your home will turn into an oven. Close every blind, curtain, and shade. Go full blackout mode. Don't have heavy curtains. Grab some aluminum foil and slap it on your windows. Yes, it looks ridiculous, but it reflects heat like a pro and can keep rooms several degrees cooler. Next, create cross breezes whenever it's cooler outside. Early morning or late evening, crack opposite windows and let the air flow through. Open one wide, the other just a little, and let the pressure difference pull cooler air in. Invest in battery-powered or USB fans and use them strategically. Pair them with cooling towels, just soak them in water and drape them around your neck for instant relief. No electricity? No problem. Rotate the towels through a bucket of cold water, take cool showers or foot soaks, or even spritz yourself with a spray bottle. Evaporative cooling works wonders without ice. And hydration is key. Drink constantly, even if you don't feel thirsty. Your body is losing water by the minute. Finally, camp out in the coolest spots in your home, basements, shaded rooms, or even your car in the shade with windows cracked, engine off. Avoid the top floors. They trap heat. Don't underestimate summer heat. It's not just uncomfortable, it can be deadly. Prep your cooling strategy now, because when the power's out and temperatures hit 105, there's no time to figure it out. Tip 7. Stop losing hundreds of dollars in spoiled food. When the power goes out, your fridge becomes a ticking time bomb for groceries. That expensive meat, dairy, leftovers, or fresh produce could turn into a smelly, unsafe mess if you don't act. The first rule: keep the door shut. Every time you open your fridge or freezer, cold air escapes. Think of it like a cooler. You wouldn't keep opening it at a picnic, right? Same principle. Know what you need before opening, grab it fast, and close the door. Freeze water bottles and ice packs ahead of time. They serve double duty, keeping food colder longer, and providing extra drinking water once they thaw. Inside the freezer, group items together. Packed food stays colder longer, while empty spaces let air warm up quickly. If your freezer isn't full, fill gaps with frozen water bottles. For longer outages, move perishable items into a cooler with ice, prioritizing meat, dairy, and leftovers. Don't wait until it's too late. Transfer food while it's still safe. Here's a tip most people ignore: use appliance thermometers. One in the fridge, one in the freezer. No guessing, no sniff tests. Once food reaches over 40 degrees Fahrenheit for more than 2 hours, it's not safe. Toss it. Food poisoning during a blackout is the last thing you need. Protect your fridge like it's a bank vault, and you'll save money, food, and stress. Tip 8. Your daily routine might be working against you. Summer blackouts don't just inconvenience you, they disrupt your entire rhythm. Half your discomfort comes from sticking to habits that simply don't work when the power goes out. If you want to stay cool, safe, and sane, you need to adjust how you live during these critical hours. Tip 9. Adapt your routine, or suffer. Summer blackouts don't just make life uncomfortable, they completely disrupt your day. If you want to survive, the first rule is simple: stop doing energy-heavy tasks when the grid is under stress. No laundry, no baking, no running power-hungry appliances between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. That's when blackouts hit hardest, because everyone in your neighborhood is cranking their AC and cooking dinner. Move your high-energy chores to early morning or late evening, when the grid has a chance to handle it. Planning errands, do them during the blackout. Sitting in a hot, powerless house is miserable. Head to the grocery store, take the kids to the mall, hang out at the library, or cool off at a local cafe with AC and Wi-Fi. You're not running away, you're surviving smartly. And meals? Don't make your kitchen a furnace. Cooking at 4 p.m. on a 100 degrees day is a mistake. Cook in the morning, or prep no-cook meals like wraps, sandwiches, or cold pasta salad. If you must use a microwave, keep it brief. The goal is to stay ahead of the blackout, not buried under it.